Magic can produce a sense of amusement and confusion to an audience, but can it also encourage creativity? When a magician creates a magic trick, they either post it online or sell it in stores. And when somebody wants to learn how to do this magic trick, they read the instructions and learn how to perform it. If this person were to perform this magic trick the same exact way the instructions taught them how to, then they're performing it the same exact way the original magician did. This adds no variation to the trick. But magicians like me want to add variations to it. We want to be creative with the magic trick by adding these variations to create our own version. We want the audience to think that they're seeing something new, not something that they might have already seen. Taking a magic trick and adding other tricks and effects to it is one of my favorite ways to perform, because this creates one big magic trick, which could also lead to one big finale. And I'm going to be demonstrating this by performing the flaming wallet trick the way the instructions taught me how to, and how I incorporated my creativity into it. I begin by shuffling. This signifies that there is no specific order to the deck to the audience, and I ask the spectator to tell me when to stop. Stop. And I split the deck into two, and have one packet facing them, and the other packet facing sideways. And I ask the spectator to take the top card off the second deck. And they do, and they choose this card. And once they're done examining the card and memorizing it, I ask them to place it back into the deck, and I lose it by shuffling. And then I set the deck to the side, and I redirect the focus to my wallet, which has a tendency to spontaneously burst into flames. I then open the wallet to reveal a card, and the card is theirs. And this is where creativity comes into play. So I start the trick the same exact way by shuffling the deck to show the audience that there's no specific order. Then I ask them to tell me when to stop whenever I fall down. Stop. And I give them the packet to where they asked me to stop, to pick the top card, which happens to be this one. I ask them to examine it and to make sure that it's real. So then I mess up the deck again to lose it and set it to the side. And then I redirect the focus to my wallet. But before I open the wallet, I first conjure up a fireball, and then open the wallet, which then bursts into flames. And then I open up the wallet to show that there is a card. And this card happens to be theirs. And if you look closely, the card begins to smoke. I love performing magic the original way, but I always try to figure out how I could be more creative with it, and that's what I did with the flaming wallet trick. You see, I knew that the flaming wallet trick had to do with fire, and I tried to figure out what else I had that also had to do with fire. So I added the flaming ball effect, and the smoking finger effect. And I know that I'm not the only magician that thinks this way, because Penn and Teller explained that when they traveled all around the world, they found these street performers, and all the street performers had the cups of balls trick, but not one of them was the same. The routines and props were all different, and this made the audience feel like they were seeing something new, even though the same point was being driven across. And that's what drives me to become creative with magic. I want the audience to feel like they're seeing something new, not something they've already seen.